So when you say a word like duh, you say D, your brain is telling your mouth how to form to do that. Well, Colin's brain wasn't telling him that. So when he said, I can't say that word, he really couldn't say the word. It's because I was so frustrated, like, this is the word, this is how you said it, and he said, I can't say that. I can't say. My name is Karen Robertson, and I'm Colin's mom. Kara happened to be doing a free speech screening for all the preschools. Reading was a huge issue, so we incorporated reading in Colin's speech and writing, because that was another thing. So slowly, as Colin got older and what he was doing in school, we were mirroring parts of what he was doing here, along with the sounds.
Oh, so was it, what was it like in school?
No one can really understand me. Like, none of my friends. When I was nervous that they'll make fun of me. Now I can speak to them, and they don't tease me about it.
You know, you realize what your child's going through, you try to do everything. I mean, I was like, I'm gonna take wheat out of his diet. I'm gonna do, you know, you can go and you can do anything, but it's basically, you have to find the right people to help you.
While in college, I was studying a different discipline, and I had taken a sign language class as a foreign language. And my professor was deaf, but she could speak. I want to know how she learned to do that. And she spoke about going to a speech pathologist as a child. And from then on, I changed my major. I knew I had to do this. I knew this was my profession, and this was where my passion was to work with children and their families to teach children to talk.
There's definitely love, like you feel like family. We've been here, we come now 4 times a week, and so I feel like everyone knows. They ask what's going on with like my other kids, and a big difference from the therapist we went before. That was one thing I noticed. It's a happy feeling when you walk in, not a medical feeling. This is Grayson's speech therapist. He sees her 5 times a week. Thank you sometimes doesn't say enough, and sometimes a handwritten letter can say more. So I say, thank you so much for the tender love and care you give Grayson every week. Thank you for making him feel like he's the most important little guy in the world. Thank you for making a difference, a big one. As a mom, what you are doing for our little boy will have us forever indebted to you. I know Grayson can be a handful, and I'm so grateful for the unconditional positive love you show him. You are wonderful.
How can they point to objects how can they start tickle games? How do they play peekaboo? And for a lot of our kids on the autism spectrum, that's where we're starting. We're starting with teaching joint attention. Some are diagnosed, some are not diagnosed. It truly doesn't matter, because we treat children for what they need. So we've had families in the clinic for years, and their kids start nonverbal. They're not talking. Like kids like Blake, he wasn't talking. He didn't understand language.
Just a good-hearted boy, very compassionate. He cares. One thing that'll upset him if someone's sad. Babies crying is one of his triggers.
He goes indoor rock climbing all the time. He has a slack line in the yard that he's always on. Like, he's very physical. It's like he just has so much he needs to get out. So we both have trampolines at our house.
I have one in the living room.
Yeah. He didn't understand what his parents were saying to him. And we work with him, and we provided this therapy, and he's just blossomed, but he has worked for every ounce of it.
It makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm. What kind of feeling is it?
Proud.
Proud, because he's doing what's expected. It's time to clean up. What does Jason say?
Okay.
Okay. What if Jason went, no?
He was nonverbal around 2 when we first started coming here. The progression he's made, and it's just not just the speech therapy, learning to cope. His frustration level, they're working on that, different coping skills, so many different things. It's not just the language and the speech. Take care of dogs, they're the most professional people we've worked with. They know what they're doing, and that's been a relief that when we pay the money out of our own pocket every week and drive 45 minutes each way to come here, that he's getting the best help he can.
We just get, we get more than just speech from here. And I haven't been that emotional about it, but thinking about it and knowing that we were going to do this interview, it's made me think about it even more and appreciate it.
Most importantly, she cares about my child, and she's making my child better, and she's making my child the individual he is that's always been inside, but she helped him come out. And so, I mean, we can't thank her enough.